Hi guys, so I want to talk to you all a little bit about progression again, but kind of weight fluctuations within progression and why weight is sometimes a really helpful indicator to our progress and times where it can be a little bit deceiving. Um, and there's a lot to unpack here, so uh, let me crack on. When it comes to weight, and one of the most important ways, or one of the most important reasons for tracking weight would be as if one of your goals is to gain or lose weight specifically, um, which goes without saying, how do you track progress and how do you track success with weight loss if you're not tracking weight? I mean, it's impossible. So that's one reason. However, progression with weight is never linear. Okay, we don't just keep losing and keep losing and keep losing and keep losing and keep losing. It doesn't work like that. Weight loss is a bit more like this. You're going to lose, you're going to plateau, you might gain a little bit, you're going to lose a bit, peak. And over time, it's going to be peaks and troughs, and there's going to be plateaus, and there's going to be deliberate plateaus. Where we hold weight and we maintain it to stabilize metabolism, so that we're not just taking food and taking food and taking food away from your diet. That is, to the point where you're just eating dust, which is never enjoyable for anyone. So weight loss and weight gain, for that matter, is never linear. All right, it's always peaks and troughs, and there's a lot of factors that go into it. And I've had individual conversations with a lot of you about this at times, but for the sake of everyone being able to be, I can't talk. For the sake of everyone being privy to all of the same information, certain things in terms of weight loss and weight gain are deceiving. One of them is water intake. Okay, so drinking increased water, especially if you're trying to gain muscle and body recomposition whilst also losing body fat, okay, can be deceiving because you may be losing body fat, but because you're increasing your carbohydrate intake and your water intake, and like glycogen, carbohydrate turns into glycogen holds more water, so you hold and the weight of your body will go up, but you've lost fat. So that's a really deceiving factor when it comes to weight loss. Another really deceiving factor when it comes to weight loss can be for females particularly here, and I can do another video on this specifically if requested, if you want me to dive into a little bit deeper, but for females specifically can be around your menstruation. At certain times throughout the month, you're going to be a little bit heavier, and that's perfectly normal. And that's why with my female clients and the amazing ladies that I work with, we try to weigh you and only really ever compare weights from the same week in each month. But that can be deceiving if you're not aware of it in terms of your progressions. And there are other factors to take into account that can also affect your weight, and that is stress, sleep. If you're not sleeping very well, you're going to hold more weight. All right, that is your body's, and without going too deep into the science, that is your body's defense mechanism against lack of sleep. It holds on to weight, it holds on to body fat, so that it is able to function in the case of emergency. And that is very similar to stress as well. So stress and sleep very similar in that regard. All right, and that's really, some of these factors are really important to know, because especially when you're trying to lose weight and you see the scale weight pop back up by a couple of pounds, it can be really demoralizing and demotivating. But 9 times out of 10, there is a reason for it, and sometimes that reason is completely unavoidable and completely normal. Sometimes sleep, stress, etc., we can handle and manage it a little bit differently and make really small tweaks so that it doesn't happen. But if it's something to do with menstruation, if it's something to do with water intake, if it's something to do with weighing yourself at different times of the day, of course you're going to be lighter in the morning, and of course you're going to be heavier after you've had 3 or 4 meals throughout the course of the day. But if you weigh yourself a month ago at 5 a.m. in the morning as you wake up, and you weigh yourself a month later at 5 p.m, even even if you've lost weight and body fat, the scale might say the same thing because you've got 3-4 meals in you at 5 p.m. but you haven't at 5 a.m. and if you have, then I don't know what meal plan you're on, but eating through the night is probably not the best idea. But you see what I'm saying? There's so many different factors when it comes to weight loss and being able to track and manage and monitor that. And it's really easy to get down and demoralized and demotivated about it when you don't understand or you're not aware of these different factors that can play a part. All right. So if this is usually a conversation that I have frequently with people around weight loss, weight gain, fat loss, fat gain, etc. But if there are specific questions you have, things that you want to talk through in more depth, please reach out to me as always, and we can have a more in-depth conversation about your specific concerns, queries, questions, etc. But hopefully that helps, guys. Hopefully this will kind of draw attention to some of the areas within fat loss and weight loss and weight gain, etc. that maybe you weren't aware of before. And as always, speak to you all soon.